everyone. I'm Deepika Thakur, and I welcome you all to the Cybersecurity and Forensic Conference by Brilliance in You. As you might be aware, that Brilliance in You is an international women community for emerging technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, cybersecurity, and forensics. Brilliance in You has conducted live webinars, workshops, conferences, and summits related to articles, research papers, and magazines. We provide open membership for our community and have a physical presence in over 10 countries worldwide. The topic for today is email hacking, and to present this topic, we have Dipanshu Parashar with us, who is the India's youngest cybersecurity author. Welcome to Brilliance in You, Dipanshu. It is really great to have you here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and it is my pleasure to be hosted by Brilliance conference, and that's so amazing that we are actually getting a kind of a good estimated audience, and so whosoever is actually listening. So I would like to show my gratitude towards Brilliance and towards you, ma'am, that you guys are actually doing a kind of a brilliant work, and thank you so much for inviting me up for this talk.
Thank you, Dipanshu. So my first question would be, how did you develop interest in email hacking domain? So what inspired you for this?
Okay, so ma'am, it's more like since the last 2 years, I have been into running out few of the online ventures as well. So like just opening out few of the websites, then playing out with the vulnerabilities of different companies over the, in fact, playing with the vulnerabilities of Indian government websites, and then letting them know this is how ethical work is going on from my side. But yeah, one thing which I actually came across with, that is the SMTP configuration. That's a kind of a bit technical term, but that is something which is related to email hacking. Then I got to know, I got up a chance to represent myself in EEPC, that is the Export Promotional Council of India, which actually hosts these kind of business entrepreneurs. Like they invite the CEOs, and then these business CEOs actually discuss about their problems, right? So it's almost like around 1.5 year back when I just got a chance to present myself in that conference, and all of a sudden I just realized that all these business CEOs and all these online running venture people were actually facing a single problem that was so common in all these cases, and that was email frauds. So how actually these email frauds work? So suppose if you are having up an email ID like xyz@gmail.com, and as a kind of an attacker or an hacker, I actually didn't hack your email, but still, even without logging into your email ID, I can send anyone, I can send any mail to anyone from your email ID. So that's how is actually email hacking works. So this is why that's why I guess that why business even facing these kind of problems, since the employees are getting the fake mails in the name of CEO, or the CEO is getting the fake mails from different rival companies. So that's why the I just a kind of a gradual interest developed out towards this email hacking.
Actually, that's really very interesting to know and understand. So now we know the what email hacking is, what the issues are, and now it would be great if you could explain us the some advantages and disadvantages of email hacking process.
Okay, sure, ma'am. So, ma'am, the thing is that when it is associated with hacking, whenever the term hacking arrives, so it's not more like a kind of an advantage which we can actually get from the email hacking. But yeah, since I have already explained you that what disadvantages can definitely occur since anyone is hacking into your Gmail account or email account. So it's not even more like email hacking refers to something like if I am using your particular Gmail ID or email ID to send anyone else a name with your header or with your email address, that can be a kind of a disadvantage for you as well, as a kind of a personal individual personality, as well as to the person who is receiving the mail. So it can even create the misunderstanding between these two people, as well as this even make the business let go down, just because of the headers or the stuff which these people are actually targeting to these companies. So basically the disadvantages that itself. Otherwise, people in India itself, like the people who are working in the ethical hacking communities, they are also utilizing email hacking facility as a kind of an ethic work, or representing Indian government by tracing the culprits. like whosoever is doing a cyber criminal, or like whosoever is a cyber criminal or is doing cyber fraud. So utilizing email hacking technique by these ethical hackers, they are also tracing them by sending them emails which looks legitimated. So this how it works when it comes to advantage and disadvantage of email hacking.
And can you share us some examples of email hacking that you have actually resolved
Yeah,
or helped
definitely, ma'am.
resolving?
So I would just like to make you aware that we guys are actually running up a kind of an online venture, you can say, not a kind of a venture, but a kind of an community portal we guys launched around 2 months back, and that is the Cyber Agent. So it's more like here we are actually providing the cyber victims a kind of a free help, like if we guys can contribute from our side. So we have, in the last 2 months, we just got up a kind of a tremendous rate on the report portal, have received more than 50 plus cases and successfully solved that, tracing the culprit and this how. So in most of these cases we actually utilize the email hacking part. Like how it actually arrives that, okay, so the point is that suppose you are an Instagram user or a Facebook user, like most of us, whosoever is viewing us even on YouTube and even on different social media platforms. So guys, a kind of a simple question to yourself, that whether I am utilizing Facebook or Instagram wisely. The point is, you must have received any kind of a mail from Instagram when anyone else tries to log in into your account, and you receive a kind of a mail on your Gmail account or any associated email account, that your particular account has been logged in from this particular IP address, as well as from like stating out the complete information, that which device logged in, where was the what was the Facebook accounts which were which were hacked, and yeah, and I hope, ma'am, I am audible.
Yeah, actually, there was
Yeah.
some in between, but it's fine now.
Okay, okay. So I would just like to repeat that. So there were a lot of Facebook and Instagram accounts which were hacked. Now, here the email hacking comes in a role. What we guys did, we just make a kind of a legitimate mail, which was completely looking like an official mail from Instagram or Facebook, and just by using email hacking, we sent it to the culprit, whosoever has hacked the Facebook or Instagram. So now the it is more like hacking a hacker, right? So whosoever was the hacker who hacked this Instagram and Facebook account, we hacked his account or recovered back by letting him know that your Instagram and your Facebook account has been hacked by this particular person, and you need to recover that. So that kindly just press on this particular button. So as soon as the person actually presses on that button, then it's more like a kind of an more complicated process which actually goes on then. So this is how email hacking comes in a role on daily basis. It's not more like any kind of a case study which we can share, because when it comes to case studies, a lot of business have been facing more disastrous frauds. So in these frauds as well, email hacking plays a kind of a more crucial as well as a very small role. It just comes for a single minute to make that particular mail legitimate and then disappears. So yeah, this is the case studies which we are facing on daily basis.
Okay. And given the COVID-19 pandemic situation we have at present, so what type of email hacking attacks do you see the most common ones, or is there any pattern or any situation, any change in it?
Yes, ma'am. So it's like, of course, a kind of a global pandemic rising day by day, and that's COVID-19. So what actually the thing is going on right now in this particular scenario when it comes to email hacking? Few of the attackers are targeting your mailbox in the name of WHO, World Health Organization. Right. So what these guys are doing is they are designing few of the email templates which appears like to be legitimated from the WHO, World Health Organization, and these guys send you the mail, and this is a kind of a mass mailer. So they are having more than thousands of emails. They just press a single button, and this kind of an email template which has been looking alike a WHO template is sent to your mail. And when you open the mail, it feels like, of course, this particular surveys for our statistics or for the statistical growth, or to know more about COVID-19 situation in our house, in our country, or on a personal development. So we guys actually get into this particular trap and provides a personal information. So basically what these hackers are doing, since I would just like to be very clear with this point, that there is nothing left over the internet which is not duplicated. Like if you have ever posted something on internet, then there is 99% chances that someone else has definitely copied that or has stored in another part of internet. So that is the point. These hackers are actually targeting these kind of an email templates and utilizing email hacking, which is changing the header and looking alike that this particular mail has been sent directly from World Health Organization or Indian government, right? These are actually targeting your inbox. So you feel so comfortable to share your personal information, since you are aware that Indian government is asking, and that's for statistical growth. So we can definitely provide, and that's how we get into the trap. And we actually provide our personal information, including our family members, including our phone numbers, including our email IDs. Even in most of the cases who are not so educated, they are also even providing their email IDs, passwords, their social media accounts. And that's why your data can be like can be a kind of a source for these hackers to sell over the different social media platforms. Like we will provide you a kind of an email IDs which we have collected. So this is how the data game is going on, including email IDs.
I can see the seriousness of the matter actually. Just out of curiosity, one question. In case I get an email, how would I validate its authenticity, whether it's from the correct source or not? Is there a way to
Okay,
find
okay.
it out, or we cannot distinguish it actually?
Yes, ma'am, we can definitely distinguish. If there is a kind of a hacking which is going on, there must be a kind of a way which can definitely reduce the loss. So the way is utilizing the header information. I will just let you know. So the point is, whenever you receive up an email, so there is a drop down menu, right? So there's a drop down menu in the subject option itself. Once you click over that drop down menu, it shows from where you have received this mail. So what hackers are doing, just utilizing email hacking, they are changing this header. So you can't distinguish. But yet there is a single option which can actually going on. So sorry. So there is a single option which can be so fruitful in this case, and that is there in the settings option in your email IDs, wherever whosoever is actually your email hosting provider, whether it's Gmail, whether you are hosting, whether you are utilizing Yahoo Mail or Outlook. So these all emails are having a kind of a setting. So once you click over a mail, there is a setting tab which will be just appearing at the right top corner. And when you click over the setting, a drop down menu appears, and here a tab appears which is known as Show Original. So once you click on this Show Original, you will be redirected to the complete page, which will be definitely showing you and distinguishing it from the legitimate mail and from the unlegitimated mail. Once you click on Show Original, this will be the complete mail which will show you, or this landing page will be a kind of a source for you to understand who has sent me this mail. And from this show original option, you can even get the sender's information, like what was his IP address, from where the location was that he sent me this mail. So these few of the small things which you need to take care about. And this is something which you just need to focus when you are receiving 2 to 3 types of mail, that is Instagram or Facebook recovery mails, otherwise World Health Organization mails in this global pandemic time, right? Otherwise it's completely safe. Like none of us is actually utilizing email hacking on a daily basis.
Thanks for all the information, Dipanshu. It was really very helpful. And my next question would be like, as you know, that are involved in email hacking. So, do you think that email hacking is a serious crime?
Ma'am, definitely email hacking is a serious crime. It is like under the IT Act of India as well. So it says that even if you are like personalizing someone, like if I am pretending to be you, and like just pretending to be you, and I am sending someone mail from your email ID, so that's definitely a kind of a crime. And this can be definitely as disastrous as it can ever be imagined. Like if I am just sending a kind of a mail from your side to anyone else, whosoever it's, whether it's personal or professional, so it can definitely be a kind of a devastating situation for you as well. So we need to take care about that as well. And if you receive any kind of a mail, so I have already explained that how to distinguish it, just like very easily. And this how you can just simply can just target yourself and can just make yourself aware on these simple facts.
Sorry, Dipanshu.
No worries, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
So, as we all are aware that you are the India's youngest cybersecurity author. So it would be great if you could share some information around the books that you have written.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. It's more like a kind of not an information about the books. It's more like sharing an experience with you all. So the experience is really like fabulous. And the point is that these books are actually kind of a source for these beginners. What I have actually personally experienced, I started out the hacking around in eighth class when just like playing out with the Facebook pages and Facebook accounts. That was a kind of a game. When phishing is arising, a lot of more hacking techniques were arising at that time. Then I realized how to utilize this. So till 8th, like since 8th till 10th, I really struggled to understand the hacking from basics to at least intermediate level for free, since I was not in a mood to invest out any kind of money just to learn from different institutes or from different online courses. I thought it can be definitely be learned for free of the cost from YouTube or from different social media platforms as well. So it took me time around 2 years, but I realized that it can definitely be reduced if I could have invested this time more precisely and with more effectiveness. So that's why I came up with an idea that whatever I have faced out by struggling out to know more about the articles, to reading more about articles, I just I just segregated all the valuable information in just a kind of an 120 to 150 pages book, so that whosoever is a kind of an beginner in ethical hacking wants to understand the basics. Even this book is something which I have targeted from a layman's perspective, so that even if you are not a technical person, you can definitely just give it a look and can realize what actually ethical hacking is all about, and how you can save yourself from the evil lurking which is going behind on your computer screen. So this is what actually the first book is all about, which made me India's youngest cybersecurity author at age of 14. And it is completely my pleasure that this book was forwarded by world's top third cybersecurity lawyer and Asia's number one, Dr. Pawan Duggal sir. So he has already been famous for writing more than 100 plus books. So he actually liked out the book, even joined up our at the press club, which was a kind of a book launch event which we guys hosted. So that was a kind of a fabulous experience, and I hope that these tiny contributions can definitely make India a better place to live and can definitely make people aware about the digital ethics.
Dipanshu, in fact, at the age of 14, it's a really, really great achievement. So we as Indians are very proud that we have such great talent in India, actually.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And it's like really my pleasure that you are actually finding these kind of talents and bringing them on this platform, either in the form of videos or live webinars. So once again, thank you so much for that.
Thank you. And what are your future plans? As you're too young, so it's a long journey for you
No,
ahead. So what have you planned anything specific?
yeah, definitely, ma'am. Like it's more like, of course, like you must have heard about that. It is just a number. I have seen people who are younger than me and who are running more than like millions of ventures, and like these are so effective. And even I am proud enough that I am having such kind of juniors who are doing so good at this very young age. Even at just 13 or 14, these guys are the CEOs of their own company, which are having up a great turnover. That's absolutely fine. So what my future plans are, we are actually started up with the cyber agents. So the cyber agents is something which I am desired of and which I am dedicated upon. And I have been working over this platform from the last 1 year to bring all these young minds together over a kind of a social media platform. So you must
So
have
sorry
all
to
seen.
interrupt you,
Yeah,
Dipanshu.
yeah,
So
sure, ma'am.
this cyber agent is a group or a platform. So I didn't follow it exactly
Definitely,
what
ma'am.
it is. Yeah.
Okay, definitely. Actually, when I came up with this idea to launch out the cyber agents, I specifically choose this term, the cyber agents. It's more like a kind of a community. It's not like
Okay.
representing a kind of a
Community.
company. Me, you, any other person who is interested in cyber security, who is interested in blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, can join us and be a kind of a cyber agent. So it's more like a kind of a community which we guys are growing. I realized that while I was reading out the articles, watching out the videos, so there are a lot of hacking forums which are available online, open source, of course, which you can just join them, post up your query, and can get an answer, such like Quora. So Quora is one of the best platform for these. But I came up with as an idea. We just started launching our. It's almost like since 1 week we started with our own social media platform. So this social media platform is especially dedicated for CAB community. CAB community is C for cyber security, A for artificial intelligence, and B for blockchain. So these three young-minded people, whosoever is either in beginning stage or whosoever is an expert level, they are joining our social media platform. And within a single week, we also cross around 400 plus users over this platform. So that's going cool. And it's more like if someone is having a doubt, they can just post up their query. They can post the hacking stuff or learning stuff on the daily basis as well. There's no limit. It's more like a kind of an internet space for these young cybersecurity passionates. So that's what my future plan is, to be just passionate on this particular platform, and we'll definitely try to scale up this as well, tying up with few more collaborations and having out few more webinars as well. So it's more like just as spreading out awareness as much as we can on our behalf, since there are a lot of scams which are going over internet.
I think these are great plans, and I wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And thank you for being with us. And is there anything you would like to say to our viewers?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. So everyone who is viewing us live right now, or whosoever will be viewing this on a social media platform, there's one thing that there are only two kinds of people available on world right now, available in world. And the first one is that who are hacked, who are already hacked. And the second one are who are hacked, but they are not aware that they have already been hacked. So this is something, your every information, like even if your laptop is switched on or switched off, or even if your phone is switched off, someone else somewhere sitting at another corner of this world can definitely control your laptop or your mobile phone. So it's more like, kindly store your, like I would just like to share only 2 to 3 major tips which can be beneficial for all the viewers and can prevent themselves. So the first thing is, be cautious whenever you post something over online. Since you are utilizing Instagram, especially for girls, I will prefer to be on private accounts instead of using public accounts, since I have actually came across with a lot of frauds which are going on these days. Secondly, whenever you are utilizing any kind of a social media platform, this is something which I just need to make announcement as a layman's perspective, whosoever is viewing us, not even a kind of a technical background. So sir, ma'am, if you are on any kind of a social media platform, or if you are getting connected to anyone, however, whether it's a kind of a call, whether it's a kind of a digital meet, a webinar, anything, you should be trusted on that particular sender or receiver, that yes, whosoever is getting in touch with you is a legitimate user, is not using someone's else identity to be fake enough on Instagram or social media platforms. Second thing is, be cautious while you are downloading anything on internet, from internet, since there are a lot of softwares which are running over internet, and which can definitely spoil your image, can ruin up your life. So just be safe. Who knows that whether your phone is even getting tracked by anyone else. So it's a kind of a request that be as much preventive as you can. Like until and unless, we can never stop what will be definitely happening out in the future, but we can at least try our best to make this threat as more reduced as we can. So that's all from my side, ma'am.
So thank you, Dipanshu. So I would wish all of you to stay home, stay safe, and stay fit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.